Alright guys, what's going on? It's Shockwave here, and welcome back to another commentary video. Again, I don't normally do these videos, but, I figured, I'd just do this just because it kind of is a nice little thing to do update videos to, in a sense that, it's good to do Z's background video, and also this is a really trolltastic gameplay I had from a while back. This was back when Black Ops was the game to play. And this was actually back way before I even considered like getting PC stuff. So this is a gun game where I rush all the way to the ballistic knife and get 38 stabs, or 37. I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but I get 38-ish stabs through the entire game. So, and I win the game by not letting anyone else get to the ballistic knife. So. Anyway, I figured you might enjoy that, but I figured first let's I'm going to cover the updates to the channel so far. In terms of the channel, the original concept of this channel was to have three of us. It was me, Cape Crusader, and Captain Crunch, and all three of us were going to upload videos and have some fun with this channel. But after a while, we kind of have not necessarily like decided, but it's been kind of just been going around that I'll be the main contributor to this channel, so I won't own the channel, but if you're expecting videos from Crafton or Caped, don't expect to see them often. You'll expect to see me a lot more often. Crap, I think, is starting up a different channel, I think, with a different buddy of his for League of Legends. I think that's what he's doing. I'm not exactly sure, so don't quote me on that. I might put the info for that in the description if I can get a hold of him in terms of what he's doing with that. So, Caped is still going to be on here, but he's not really doing much. Anyway, and then let's get to the topic of this video that I want to discuss, which was E3, and I guess the games that really excited me. And I know it's a little late to be doing this whole E3 thing, but I figured better late than never and throw out my opinion. Because during E3, I mean, the whole June month is kind of when most of the stuff comes out in terms of big game announcements, Call of Duty and, Halo and stuff like that. So, in terms of the big hit titles that were at E3, in all honesty, I don't think I was really excited for any of them. I think the only one I was really excited for would be Halo 4, just because it's basically a complete reboot of the series. Because the original trilogy kind of ended, and then this one's starting. Especially because Halo, to me, I think is way better than Call of Duty. Call of Duty, I think, is just a social experience. And the reason I say that is because it's gotten to the point, where every game just seems to be worse and worse, and it's just, they try to innovate, but then yet it doesn't work out. The only real game that really seemed to work was COD 5 because of zombies. But like the only reason people are going to buy Black Ops 2 for the most part is because zombies is like getting a complete overhaul. And I know a lot of people I talk to that aren't, the like single player people, they're buying it because of zombies, and I know I'm probably going to end up buying it just because of zombies. So Black Ops 2 really doesn't excite me, especially because, like I've seen the things like the sniper rifle you can charge and shoot through anything in the campaign. I'm curious how they're going to integrate that in the campaign, because they're showing that off, it's going to be in the multiplayer somehow. So I'm curious as to how they're going to integrate that in the multiplayer somehow. So anyway, Black Ops 2 doesn't really excite me. Halo 4, I'm very interested to see how 343 Industries takes Halo, especially seeing the 10 minutes of gameplay for the campaign. That was really, really well done, actually, especially with the whole, I think there were Forerunner weapons. I can't remember. It was like one of them was a shotgun, one of them was a rifle. It was actually really cool seeing that. I mean, it was a completely new gun. It was completely new. It didn't have anything else to do with, human or Covenant weapons. So the effects of the gun were totally brand new, and it was a nice way to reboot, I think, the weapon system of that game. And especially because they're taking out armor abilities, which I just completely hated. I think those were terrible. I think those basically destroyed Reach, in all honesty, because they made sprinting an armor ability, but then sprinting is becoming, basically not necessarily like a staple, but like, it's becoming a thing that like in every FPS shooter, every FPS, there's gonna be sprinting. So I thought that was kind of lame. Borderlands 2, I'm kind of questioning whether I want to say yes to or no to that, because I was a really huge fan of the first one. But then yet again, there have been games where, you're huge fans of the first one, but then yet they integrate all these new features in the games, you know, like the Gunzerker or something like that, like the Maya. Maya's now the new Siren, she can do different things. It's like, I'm thinking that I just hope they take it in the right direction, is what I'm saying. I don't want to be disappointed with what they do with it, but then at the same time, I don't want it to be so overkill that it takes away from what Borderlands was, which was just like a flat-out fun RPG that really had no story to it, but it was just plain old fun. So that's what I want to see in Borderlands 2. Let's see, if the next one I have to pick would probably be The Last of Us, just because it looked so cinematic and it looked beautiful as a game. That probably would be the most theatrical of any game I've ever seen, especially just the end of the trailer they released at E3 was just, it was such a nice cliffhanger, and it was just a nice way to end that trailer. I think it was very well done, and I think it was Naughty Dog Studios. Please say I got that right. But I think Naughty Dog Studios said that, and I'm really hoping that they actually do something right with that, because that was such a great thing to do, and I hope it's not something like Dead Island where, they showcase probably like a false advertisement. They advertise, the backwards girl flying out the window in Dead Island, but then yet the only thing you really see here is the family in the room, like the mother and the father in the room just holding hands. So I'm actually looking forward to see how that one turns out. I think that's a PS3 exclusive, if I'm right, so I'm not going to be getting that, but I'm going to definitely be looking up at that video, or at the gameplay of it, and seeing how it turns out. And I don't think there was really anything else that really caught my attention. I mean, again, if I had to pick something, it would be Halo 4, just because it's a complete fresh reboot. But in all honesty, I'm not really too excited for any games coming this year. I really think that games industry needs to take a step back and look at what we want, and look at what we are comfortable with, and what they can improve on, instead of all this flash and new features and things like that. So I think they just need to take a step back and just think about what they need to implement to keep the games crowd going. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave a like, rating, and subscribe, and I hope to catch you guys in the next one.